AT Park. And Willie Mack's legacy is celebrated every year with an award that bears his name. It's an award with rich tradition of great teammates and fan favorites. Past winners have all shown the spirit, inspiration, and leadership that Big Mac displayed throughout his career. And more importantly, it's an award that links a current Giant with a Hall of Fame Giant. It's the Willie Mack Award ceremony, and it's next. Friday Night Baseball here at AT Park as we get ready to wrap up this season. This is game one of a three-game series, Padres and Giants. Hi again, everybody. I'm Dwayne Kuiper. Alongside me is Mike Krukow. Giants take 2 out of 3 from the Dodgers. They like to do the same against the Padres. Big night for Ryan Vogelsong.
Well, indeed. And if you look at the game face that Ryan Vogelsong has had before the game today, coming into tonight's ball game, you'd have thought it's the first game of the playoff. And that is really what it means to him. He's pitching for next year, and I can speak for everybody. We hope he does well.
Absolutely. Should be a good three-game series here at AT&T Park. When we come back, it's going to be the Willie Mack ceremony. Who's going to be the Giant that is going to win the Willie Mack Award? We'll have all of that right after this. That is going to honor and announce the Willie Mack Award winner for this 2013 season, is selected by players, coaches, and training staff. Now let's go to Rennell Brooks Moon.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, to present this year's Willie Mack Award, please welcome 1985 and 1986 Willie Mack Award winner, Giants broadcaster Mike Krukow.
Thank you. Thank you, Rennell. It is indeed an honor to be here tonight for this special ceremony, which has become such an important part of this organization. This award recognizes its honoree for both his individual achievement, his embodiment of the competitive spirit, and the leadership abilities on and off the field. The Willie Mack Award is the only team award named after a former Giants player and is given each year to someone who best exemplifies this inspiration and this tradition. Character, leadership, symbolic of number 44 and how he demonstrated as a player during his playing days here in San Francisco. The Willie Mack Award is the most special award that a Giant can receive because it's voted on by his Giants teammates, coaches, trainers, and all of you fans, and of course, Willie Mack himself. So let's introduce some of the past winners who are on hand and with us tonight. First of all, the 1992 winner, his .286 average that year was the highest of his career, and he played every day like it was the last day he was ever going to play with a lot of heart. Please welcome back Tiny Felder. The 1996 winner is currently a part of the Giants coaching staff, two-time National League All-Star shortstop, Sean Dunston. The 1997 and 2004 winner, a six-time Gold Glove winner, first baseman J.T. Snow. The 2001 co-winner, along with Benito Santiago, currently the Giants bullpen coach. Please welcome Mark Gardner. The 2009 winner is a three-time All-Star and tossed the first perfect game in San Francisco Giants history, Matt King. The 2010 winner set a personal best that year in batting average, runs, doubles, hits, home runs, RBIs, and stolen bases, and great attitude in that clubhouse, Andres Torres. The 2011 winner posted a sub 3.00 ERA that season and was selected to the All-Star team. Down in the bullpen, pitcher Ryan Vogelsong. And last year's winner, the 2012 National League MVP and Comeback Player of the Year, Buster Posey. And now, the man of the honor. Man of the hour, the guy who this award is named after. This guy. He had 521 home runs during an illustrious career, which until Barry Bonds came along was the most ever hit by a left-handed batter in the National League. He hit .320 with 45 home runs and 126 RBIs in 1969, and that's when he won the National League Most Valuable Play Award winner, and he holds the record for most home runs hit in the history of Candlestick Park with 231. And when AT&T Park first opened, he saw the first home run splash down into the water that now holds his namesake, McCovey Cove. And in 2004, to commemorate his great achievements, a statue in his likeness was unveiled to honor him. Ladies and gentlemen, Hall of Famer and one of the greatest sluggers in the history of the game, number 44, Willie McCovey.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, I promised Bochy I'd make this short. Anyway, this year's winner is one of my favorite players. He comes to the park, he works hard, he plays every day, plays every inning of every game. And I know, along with me, all of you wish he's back next year. Ladies and gentlemen, the winner of the Willie Mack Award, Hunter Pence.
Hunter's career with the Giants began shortly after the trade deadline last season when he was acquired from the Philadelphia Phillies. Despite joining the team late in the year, he quickly became the leader for the Giants, rallying his teammates on their journey to a World Series championship. This season, he has been an Ironman, playing in all 159 games for the Giants and missing only 16 innings in right field. He became just the sixth Giants in San Francisco era to hit at least 20 home runs and steal 20 bases in a single season, joining the likes of Barry Bonds, Bobby Bonds, Glenn Allen Hill, Jeffrey Leonard, Willie Mays, and Orlando Cepeda. Hunter's competitive spirit and determination on the field honors the game like few players before him have. He is an inspiration to his city, to his organization, to his teammates, and to his coaches. Ladies and gentlemen, the winner of the 2013 Willie Mack Award, Hunter Pence.
Thank you. Kite, Kruko, that was intense. That was powerful. First of all, I think I have to thank the man right here that set the example, that leads all of us on the field today, Willie McCovey. If it wasn't for him, there wouldn't be this award, and all of us, all of my peers that showed up here that won the award before me. Thank you guys for being here and for the example that you set to all of us. It's tough to really quantify how much this means to me in my heart. I've never been one for awards. It's tough for me to really say thanks, but my heart has never felt better than when my teammates have put me up here in front of you today. I take every single game with everything I got. I love every minute with you guys. I tell you that every day, and Buster, I know you don't like it when I say I love you. You think it's soft, but I actually think it's the strongest thing we got. Thank you guys so much for voting for me. I love you. I'm going to talk to God for a second. God, you didn't bless me with grace. You didn't bless me with very much style. But thank you for giving me heart and a chance. So I got to thank God for that. Bruce Bochy. You got to thank Bruce. You've been the rock through a lot of great times. When you find out what you're made of through some tough times, and you're a tough son of a gun, I can attest to that. Thank you for putting me in there every day. I wouldn't be able to win this without that. Let me emphasize every day. Thank you. And last of all, guys, I got to thank the fans. Magnificent, incredible. It's tough to really give all the words of the energy and the spirit and the atmosphere that we have here at AT&T Park. You hear a lot of times get thrown around the best fans in the world. I'm not going to say you're the best fans in the world. You're more than that. You're a part of this team. You're a part of the heart and soul of the city, the organization, and what we do on this field. And I hope every day I have two goals: to go hard and love every minute of it. Thank you very much. Appreciate everything you guys do.
Hunter Pence.
Compelling speech from the Reverend. Hunter Pence is the recipient of the 2013 Willie Mack Award. Very deserving. He's started every single game of this 2013 season. We're going to take a quick look at other outfielders in the Giants organization that have received this award. It's our Ford Wright choice this evening. You can see Jack Clark was the first recipient back in 1980, and of course current Giant Andres Torres received the award in 2010. It is a highly coveted award. It goes to the most inspirational player on the team, and it is voted on by players, coaches, and the training staff. Very, very special day here at AT&T Park, and we'd all like to congratulate Hunter Pence, 2013 Willie Mack Award winner. We have much, much more coming here from AT&T Park, so don't go away. We'll be back right after these messages.
you by Jack in the Box. Go big at a participating Jack in the Box with Jack's really big chicken sandwich combos for only $3.99 plus tax. And by Toyota. Do the math and save at your local Toyota dealer.
Hunter Pence moments ago in the dugout and bringing back memories of yesteryear just around this time. Our game time weather is presented by the Santa Cruz Beach Boardwalk. Get to the beach. The admission-free boardwalk is open this weekend. 63 degrees here at the yard, humidity at 41%, light winds, and it's going to be a clear and cool night. The lineup that Vogelsong will be facing in the Padre lineup, brought to you by Coors Light. It'll be Venable, Denorfia, Jerko, and then Chase Headley. Chase Headley hitting in the cleanup slot. Medica, Tommy Medica is going to be hitting fifth, and you can see what he's done in 12 games. Followed by Guzman, Huntley, and Amarista, and then Bert Smith will pitch in bat ninth.
On the hill tonight for the Giants will be the big right-hander, Ryan Vogelsong. Vogelsong, take a look at his numbers. Making his 19th start of the year, 3-6 with a 5.90 ERA. Been constantly whittling down that ERA as it got up in the 7s early in the year. I mean, you take your at-bats against Vogelsong, you're going to see a high 80s fastball. He will two-seam and four-seam. Curveball, slider, he'll cut the ball, and he'll throw a changeup. And he will be corner commands. That is his goal every night, to establish both sides of the plate with that fastball, and then he'll pitch off of that. And you'll see him throw a lot of fastballs to this Padre lineup the first time through the lineup. Lifetime against the Pods, he's 3-4. And what do you say we take a look at the defense playing behind Ryan Vogelsong tonight? Starting in the Giants outfield from left to right, it'll be Blanco, Perez, and Pence. That's your outfield. Crawford and Sandoval on the left side of the infield. Abreu and Belt on the right side. Buster Posey will be in the squad, putting down the signs.
The final night game of the year for the Giants. And we've got another great crowd here on a Friday night. It is Orange Friday. Giants with their orange tops. And a big start for that man right there, Ryan Vogelsong, as he will face Will Venable. And the first pitch of the ball game is down low. So first pitch at 7:22. The 1-0 pitch to Venable, and he pulls this one foul. Boy, he jerked that one right up in front of the Padre dugout on that short screen.
All right, heads up if you're over there in the dugout. Look out, boys. That is an extreme ugly finder.
1 ball and 1 strike. At the knee, the call strike.
You're going to see a lot of low strikes tonight with plate umpire Rob Drake. He has a low ball preference, although he will give some highs. Doesn't have big corners, but it's a good zone. It's not as big as some of the others, but what you get in the first, you get in the ninth.
Hit out to right field. Hunter Pence drifts back. And that's how this game gets started, on a fly ball to right field. Venable is gone, and that'll bring up Denorfia. Hunter Pence, real nice 2.5 minute, 3-minute speech by Hunter Pence on the field, accepting his award.
He's a humble man. Boy, I tell you, he's special. And he was moved.
I thought the guy that emceed it stole the show, to be honest with you. And hit into left field, a base hit for Denorfia. I hope Denorfia hits other teams like he does the Giants.
I've never seen him make an out.
So he opens up this 3-game series with a base hit. Anyway, nice job. Very nice.
Thank you, partner. And it is an honor to be associated with the great Willie McCovey. He's just quite special, and he is so thrilled with the selection this year of Hunter Pence. Really one of his favorite Giants of all time.
Here's Jerko, Jed Jerko, hitting at 245. This kid swings for home runs, and he's got 21. And he gets a pitch to hit, and he takes it for a strike, and it's 0-1.
And you don't see much adjustment in his swing. I mean, he swings to try and knock the cover off the ball.
Vogelsong at the belt. And there's that swing we're talking about. And it's 0-2. Mike mentioned Rob Drake. Joe West at first, Quinn Walcott at second, Andy Fletcher at third. Oh, 2 to Jerko with Chase Headley to follow. Blocked by Buster Posey. 1-2. Padres have won 2 straight. They're 75-84. They've won one more game than the Giants, and they've lost one less game than the Giants. Giants are 74-85. Denorfia has never been thrown out this year trying to steal. He's 10 for 10. Good challenge right here for Buster Posey and Ryan Vogelsong as he's got a good lead. He does not go, and that's a bit high and away. It's 2-2. Padres are 30-48 on the road. Compare that to the Giants. Giants 34-46 on the road. So that's how they finish up. You have to, if you're going to be in contention, you have to at least stay around 500 on the road, and of course then you have to tear it up at home. I'll give you an example. The Dodgers have torn it up at home, and they're 9 games over 500 on the road. Vogelsong throws, and Denorfia, I'm not sure if he was going, but he did have a little hesitation getting back to the bag. So it's 2 balls, 2 strikes. And a line drive into center field, and that's a base hit. So Jerko, who was behind 0-2, singles, and now runners at first and second. And the hitter is Chase Headley.
What a different year 2013 has been for Chase Headley. You start comparing his numbers from last year. I mean, he was unbelievable. 286, hit 31 home runs, 115 RBIs, and there you see his numbers now. It was about half the season.
Headley hitting at 249. He's 4 for 11 against Vogelsong, and 2 of those 4 hits have left the park.
Headley's also got pretty good speed. He's not an easy guy to get to hit into a double play.
2-0.
He's hit into 9 on the year, 511 at bats.
Vogelsong now routinely gets the ball back, rubs it up.
It almost seems like since he's come back off the disabled list, each start that he's gone out there, he's gotten slower, especially when men are on base.
Three and 0. Rubs up the new baseball.
You know, in the first inning, I mean, I know guys, they have a rhythm that they want to go out there and establish. And some guys, like, they're more deliberate than others. But the first inning is really hard to be a slow worker. It's easier to be a fast worker in the first one. You can find that rhythm.
Abreu, Crawford, not in time. As Abreu and Crawford nearly pulled it off.
It would have been a good deuce because it was not hit really hard enough. As I mentioned, Headley moves pretty good for a big guy. Just kind of a medium ground ball and a flat-footed return over to first base, and it was close. Joe West making the call, and I think he missed it. But, you know, it's close enough to where you really can't fault the umpire.
And by the way, that came on a 3-0 pitch. So here's Medica. And he takes a breaking ball low and away. 1 ball and no strikes.
I mean, he was hot. He had a great series in Arizona with 6 for 16. Had a home run. See his numbers in San Antonio this year. Tore it up. They like him.
And a base hit to left field. And the Padres are going to take a 1-0 lead here in the first inning.
Set that target on the inside corner, and it's pretty much right where they wanted it, but it's a little bit up. And Medica just proves that he likes that ball middle in early in the count.
Guzman at 225. Also somewhat of a pain to the Giants over the years. And a former Giant at that. As he steps out, as he gets tired of waiting.
You heard the nice round of applause for Medica when he had the base hit. And there's a lot of friends and family members in attendance here. He went to Bellarmine Prep, went to Santa Clara, so he's a local kid. Pretty special at bat for him in his young career.
So Guzman behind in the count, 0-2. Headley at second. Medica at first. And that ends the inning on a 90-mile-an-hour fastball from Ryan Vogelsong. Padres 1, Giants coming up. The lineup that Mr. Birch Smith will be facing, it'll be Blanco, Abreu, and Belt. This lineup is brought to you by Coors Light. Posey will be the cleanup hitter. Pence and then Sandoval. You see Sandoval's numbers against the Padres pretty good. Remember, he had 3 home runs in the game the last time these two teams faced each other. Crawford, Perez, and Vogelsong will hit 7th, 8th, and 9th.
On the hill tonight for the San Diego Padres will be Birch Smith, rookie, and initially got called up, made his first few appearances out of the bullpen, and he's worked himself into the rotation. And this is what he has done. 1-2 with a 5.87 ERA, 38 strikeouts in 30 2/3 gives you an idea. He's got a pretty good array of stuff, and the stuff that you're going to see is a fastball, curveball, slider, changeup. He's got a low to mid-90s fastball. He will 2- and 4-seam it. He'll throw everything. Take a look at the defense that the Padres will employ tonight behind Birch Smith. Guzman, Venable, and Denorfia. That's your outfield. Amarista and Headley on the left side of the infield. Jerko and Medica on the right side. Nick Hundley will be in the squad, putting down the signs. For young Birch T. Smith. Went to high school in Lee, Texas, out of the University of Oklahoma.
So here's Blanco. No Pagan tonight. Pagan hit the home run that won the game last night for the Giants against the Dodgers. So here's Blanco hitting .263. And he looks at a strike. Dodgers at home against Colorado. This is a Clayton Kershaw start tonight. And the Giants must have ticked them off. In the second inning, they lead the Rockies 4-0. I think somebody said to Kershaw, there's your 4 runs.
Well, I think he'll do well with 4 runs, especially in Los Angeles.
And Blanco with a base hit to right field. He's going to challenge Denorfia. Probably not a good move. Got him. And everything was right in front of him. Blanco did that all on his own.
Well, if you're going to challenge Chris Denorfia, you better have a pretty good turn of first base. Denorfia's got a very strong arm. He's got a quick, accurate arm. And as soon as it found a gap, and you can see where Blanco's thinking it's going to be 2. But a beautiful one-hop seed right to Amarista, and Amarista wins the dodgeball game.
Abreu takes a strike.
He had double written all the way on his mind, and it just was not a good decision.
1 ball and 1 strike. Abreu playing in place of Marco Scudero. With Brandon Belt on deck. And this is wrapped into right center field. And it gets by Denorfia. Abreu is going to have himself a triple. Well, the Giants are just going to see how good Denorfia really was. And he just couldn't quite cut that one off.
Pretty good pitch to hit. Birch Smith gets this ball up, and Abreu again finds that gap. And this time, Denorfia takes a shallow route, allows that ball to get by him. And that's a mistake. It's going to cost him an extra 90 feet. And the Giants get a runner at third with less than 2 outs. And watch Abreu go.
Our RBI opportunity for Belt, who takes high. A little stutter step at second.
Yeah, you broke stride. You don't normally see that.
Belt fouls it back. Buster Posey on deck. A 1-0 lead for the Padres. Smith deals, and Belt takes low.
All right, time now for our X mode, brought to you by your local Toyota dealer. Let's take a look at young Bert Smith's motion. Very upright, very balanced. The front leg, the front shoulder come out at the same time. Just a nice, easy motion. Very, very good delivery. If you're looking at longevity in a young arm, I mean, he doesn't have a lot of stress points in his shoulder. A lot of good balance throughout that delivery. And those are things that scouts will look at.
The 2-2 pitch. Belt fouls it out of play. Belt knows what he has to do here. He's got to put the ball in play.
Yeah, there's triples in that at bat. That bat, rather, is a Tony Abreu special. Found a good home.
Get Rosie in here.
Belt lines it foul. He broke his bat. And it remains 2-2. Well, we'll get to stick him on his bat. Always very important. An RBI out there for Brandon Belt. And he'd also like to tie this game up after Vogelsong gave one up in the top of this inning. So it's 2-2, and of course Bert Smith, he's going to try to come up with his strikeout pitch right here. And he did.
Well, there you see, he'll throw that changeup to lefties. And he gets the strikeout he was looking for. Sells it well with good arm action. And look at the stretch there from Belt as he reaches out of balance.
And he's so frustrating because how many ground balls do you hit in a season?
Ton.
150?
Yeah.
And that's all he needed. Posey fouls it out of play. .296 for Buster Posey.
Posey looking for a 2-out knock to pick up Brandon Belt.
One ball and one strike. Jerko knocks it down, and he'll throw him out, and that'll end the inning. Giants, couple of hits after one. 1-0 Padres.
You by the Solar Company. Not just any solar company, the solar company.
Well, want to live out your lifetime fantasy to play professional baseball? Well, the Giants Fantasy Camp in Scottsdale, they will give you the opportunity to do that. It's a camp package, and it includes 6 days of baseball, your own uniform with your name on it, accommodations at Marriott Suites at Scottsdale, airfare, and the best part, much more. Visit sfgiants.com/fantasycamp or call 800-411-LASKY.
If you call that, you make it a surprise.
Well, like a bad surprise there.
Yeah, I'm just saying.
That is number 19.
There you go. 1919.
Hundley skies one into center field for Perez. All right, let's check in with Amy G.
All right, gentlemen, Pablo Sandoval. I was going to say Scutero. I've got Scutero next. Pablo Sandoval back in the lineup tonight after dealing with a 24-hour bug. I spoke to him briefly. He said he's feeling much, much better. And Marco Scutero now underwent outpatient surgery this afternoon successfully. Had a pin inserted into his left pinky. It's totally straight right now. He'll wear it for 6 weeks, and then it will be removed. Dwayne?
Sounds good. Any pictures, Amy, of that? No?
Just word pictures.
Well, if Amy has any pictures of that, she'll tweet them out, I'm sure.
Just don't let her say the V word. She said it last night. Had nightmares.
Or she gets Marty to tweet out some stuff. Here's a pitch to Amarista, and it's a strike. Amarista at 241. 5 home runs, 32 RBIs.
Every time the Giants see Amarista, he's playing a different position. Center, right, left. Tonight it's shortstop.
Blanco racing back, and he puts it away. 2 outs for Birch Smith. So let's get back to this Lasky. If I said to you, 415-972 Will Clark, you would know what the number is.
2222.
All right. See, that was my point.
Well, in my mind, I was spelling out Lasky on the round dial.
And what, it was rated just for adults only?
Well, that's the Mustang Ranch number, so I don't call that thing.
0-1 to Birch. 0-2 to Birch Smith. So Vogelsong looking for a quick inning with Max and Molly's kid on deck. And the 1-2. Driven to left. Blanco back again. Blanco still back, and that'll end the inning. Hunter Pence will lead off the bottom of the second. Birch Smith is retired. It's 1-0 Padres.
Leaders versus the National League West. Well, Hunter Pence, he has 16 home runs within the division, and that's more than Goldschmidt, Gonzalez, and in the 4th slot, Buster Posey. And those are your Coors Light cold hard facts.
Very nice. So here's our Willie Mack Award winner coming up. How about, did we say true gentleman too?
Oh, he's just everything you want a big leaguer. And he is a humble man. You know, it's a great choice. It was just great to hear Willie McCovey talk about Hunter Pence. He has a ton of admiration for his game, the way he plays it, and how he plays it.
Here's Pence.
I mean, aren't you supposed to at least hit a couple home runs on the night you win the Willie Mack? There's a couple of paleo diet enthusiasts, as Hunter Pence is a paleo diet enthusiast. It is the caveman diet.
Monday. 2 balls and 1 strike.
Monday, you're on the paleo?
Oh, yeah. I don't even know what it is. Give it a shot.
It's just, you can eat all the food that was around when the cavemans were around. Meat and tubers.
Foul back. Are Ruffles out?
Meat, tubers, and Ruffles.
See where he ranks in the National League. It is working. What about French onion dip? Is that,
yeah, I think so.
Is that around then? As Pence strikes out swinging?
I don't know. If France was around. France is around, we may have had it. Better plate discipline this month has really upped the numbers for Sandoval. You can see April through August hit 269, swings, and how he chases. Well, I mean, he's a little more selective. 7% improvement in his chase ratio. And look at his batting average, 312. Get better pitches to hit.
Sandoval takes wide, 1 ball and no strikes. But you know what, Mike? While that is true, his home run numbers have gone down. Foul back.
Well, I mean, that's always been something that's accompanied power. His swings and misses. Guys are letting out shaft to hit the long ball, and they will strike out more. Take a little swing out, a little more back control, but just get good pitches to hit within the strike zone. I mean, that's what he's done a better job of in September. And I think that'll be the goal next year.
Three and 1. With Brendan Crawford on deck. And Sandoval takes the walk. We mentioned the 3 home runs for Sandoval. It happened on September 4th. And then the last 2 went the opposite way.
That's impressive for a left-handed hitter to hit balls out to left field in San Diego.
Sandoval always now have to wait for the mitt. Crawford hitting at 252. Smith deals. Crawford takes high and wide. 1 ball and no strikes. Perez the follow. Crawford takes a strike. There's the breaking ball. takes wide.
He keeps setting that target on the inside corner, and Smith keeps throwing it away from where Nick Hundley wants that fastball. He wants it in on the hands, and he's not able to get that pitch. In fact, he hasn't really done a good job of letting the Giants know that he could throw that inside fastball to lefties yet.
It's going to be the first baseman, Media, who puts it away. Log on to csnbayarea.com and click on Giants In-Game Live, presented by pogoseat.com. Enhance the in-game experience on your computer, smartphone, or tablet. Giants In-Game Live, presented by pogoseat.com, only at csnbayarea.com. Here's Perez. Look out. Perez at 244 had a great week in New York where he did everything well. 1 ball and 1 strike.
Yeah, that's a good changeup. Establish the speed and then throw off it. Same arm action, and that is so deceptive.
Driven left center field, hit well. Guzman, it is out of here. Perez goes left center field, and with 1 swing of the bat, the Giants take the lead, and that happy fan ended up with the home run ball. And that's his first major league home run.
Well, it's his first one that he'll hit. It's the one he'll remember most, and it's one that gives his team a 1-run lead. And that was a 2-iron going out of here.
So here's Vogelsong, who takes down low. Vogelsong is 2 for 28. What we've seen, Mike, even in the Dodger series, is the ball carrying well on this homestand. And look, the temperature's not any different, but this maybe not a lot of wind.
And when the wind doesn't blow in this ballpark, it carries. It becomes a much smaller place, especially to the right side of the field.
3-2.
Just let the ball travel, let it get in deep, and just unload your hips right through the ball, and let your hands do what they do.
And Vogelsong takes the walk.
Now you can tell that young Bert Smith is a little bit rattled. Give up a home run, and then you walk the pitcher, and right away that's going to bring out Darren Balsley, the pitching coach for the Padres. I mean, those are clear signs that a young rookie has lost his concentration, and Balsley will go out there and try and refocus him. It's one thing you have to learn. When you get to the big league, you're going to give up some home runs. You're going to give up some runs. Hitters up here are good, but you have to learn how to maintain your concentration when something goes bad against you. You need to get back up and make a quality pitch, and to do that, you've got to put 100% of your brain on that pitch.
Blanco lifts one to left. It's in the park to Guzman, and that'll end the inning. Giants on the board, a walk and a home run. And when it leaves the park, it's bye-bye baby And it's 2-1 Giants.
Of the America's Cup winning Oracle Team USA Championship. Congratulations.
Yeah, thanks a lot, Mike. I mean, it really has been a fantastic few weeks, and to be honest, it's still sinking in, I think. But what better day to celebrate, to come out and watch the Giants.
Well, Jimmy Spithill was the one guy when the chips were down said, we can do this, and you rallied your troops. The Giants had 6 elimination games last year. You had 8 elimination games this year, and here's you're crossing the finish line and watching you guys celebrate was quite uplifting for all of us here in the Bay Area and across the United States. Thank you.
Yeah, it was an amazing experience. I mean, I think it was great too to have the whole city got behind us, you know, and really the nation. And I think people are a little wary. They didn't really know what they were going to get with America's Cup. But once they saw it and they got it, and then the comeback story started, you know, and we started fighting back, man, I think people really enjoyed it and loved what they saw.
Well, I didn't think you guys had it in you. I really didn't. I thought it was over early. But you stayed the course, and you never looked rattled when you were down. And you insisted that this is going to be good. We're going to win this thing. And you never wavered. It was very reminiscent to what we watched last year with the Giants in their run. It was miraculous, the miracle of Oracle. Nice going.
Well, I tell you what, we are huge Giants fans. You know, we come to the games all the time. We experienced the last World Series win. I saw a lot of the World Series games here, so it was definitely inspiration, you know, and I think the fans, you know, the San Francisco fans really get behind their home teams, and that's something we use to our advantage, and I think really helped us to get over the line at the end.
Well, some of the celebration, and I'm sure this is what was videoed. I'm sure there was a bit more celebration that wasn't videoed. That was a lot of fun.
Yeah, well, this is me absolutely hammering Larry Ellison with the champagne. But yeah, look, it's been a couple of great nights celebrating. It has been a bit relentless, but look, when you work that hard for so long, I mean, it really is like the Giants, you know. It's a long season, but when you pull it off and it's a team effort, man, it is an incredible feeling.
Well, I have to ask you, because early in the America's Cup, you were getting beat going back towards the Golden Gate Bridge in leg 3, and it was into the wind, and the Kiwis kept going faster than you, and I'm thinking they can't catch them. So what adjustments did you make?
Well, we've got a fantastic design engineering team. Sailors, we changed a lot of things. I mean, we learnt a lot at the start of the series and technique, but I think a lot of it too was momentum and psychological. But once we started turning the corner and fighting back, it started to build that wave of momentum, and that's the ultimate thing in sport, and that's something that kids really need to understand. Is it doesn't matter how far you're down, or with your backs against the wall, you never ever give up, and you always fight to the end. And look what can happen.
So how was the party at Treasure Island?
I'm still getting over it, Mike, to be completely honest, mate.
I don't blame you. That's a 4-pitch walk to Denorfia. I'm wondering if the situation with the winds here in the Bay Area, if that was cause for concern or if it surprised any of you.
Look, we always expected a real battle out on that bay. I mean, San Francisco Bay is renowned in the sailing world. It's kind of like what Everest is to a rock climber. When you go out there, you are ready for a battle. It's very demanding, windy. Everyone knows the summer here is windy. Fog, currents. The coolest thing is it's different every day. So as an athlete, you can't ask for much more than to be pushed every single day.
Well, this is not your first victory in the America's Cup. Is this one that maybe one you'll remember a little bit more?
This one by far, and the reason being is that we were, so far down. I mean, we're 8-1 down, and they were on the brink of match point, just sitting there, and we just refused to believe that we couldn't win this, and we refused to go away. And as a team, we just hung tough, and I'll never forget that. But when you finally do cross that finish line and pull off the impossible, man, when you look around at your teammates, it's worth every single blood, sweat, and tear.
Now, I noticed all those guys are in good shape. I didn't see any fat guys on your crew.
No, we've got, look, it really is, it takes, besides, the guy driving, it really is NFL-style athletes. The races are 30 minutes, 100% heart rate, and there's no timeouts, there's no halftime. It's a full-on battle.
No breaks for a juice box with that group. They were full on board. It was fun to watch. It's 2-1 to Jerko. Denorfia with a walk, 1 out. Giants lead 2-1 on the Juan Perez home run. We're visiting with Jimmy Spithill, who's still celebrating, by the way. And he's invited us to hit the town with him after the game.
Look, I tell you, be very careful what you wish for, fellas, all right? It's quite an animated group.
Hunter Pence, he's going to play it off the bricks. And it caroms to Perez. Coming around third is Denorfia. He's going to score the throw to third. You got him. This game is tied, but it's now 2-2 with nobody on and 2 outs. I'm telling you, the ball's carrying tonight.
It really is. Now, this is opposite field, but Jed Jerko's got good power. He gets a high fastball, goes with the location to right field. And I thought that Pence was going to have a chance to get this. And he backs up. And here's where the Giants run a great relay. And anytime Brandon Crawford can get a bit of a chance, he's going to capitalize on it. Nice play.
So here's Headley. Headley takes the pitch outside.
So, Jimmy, the Giants last year, they get the World Series trophy, and everybody gets rings. Now, this year, you keep the America's Cup in America. Do you get rings or individual accolades?
I'm going to have a word to Larry Ellison about this. Yeah, I think those rings look pretty nice. I was just down there sitting with Larry Bear, and here we go. Here, that looks pretty good, mate. I think the boys would be very happy with one of these rings.
Yeah, you just take that one with you. Yeah,
yeah, right.
Oh no, this isn't Russia.
No, look, for us, the big payoff is obviously for us, we wanted to keep it here. We just really have fallen in love with the city. We've come here with all our families, enrolled in schools. We're distributed throughout the Bay, and everyone has fallen in love with San Francisco. It's just such an amazing town.
Well, that's a great way to end it. Jimmy, thanks for stopping by. There's your group, and congratulations. Outstanding.
Thanks very much, guys.
Padres tie it up. We'll be back. It's 2-2.
to you by Big O Tires. Tires, service, straight talk. Big O Tires, the team you trust.
Giant season tickets are currently sold out, but you can get on deck as a 2014 Giant season ticket member. The waiting list will give you access to opening day and all the home games in 2014. To get information on more details, call 415-972-2298, or you can always go online to sfgiants.com/season. Here's Abreu. He'll be followed by Belt, and Belt will be followed by Posey, and then others. So nice, gentlemen.
Well, Jimmy Spithill is an amazing ambassador for the sport of sailing. And the entire crew, we got a chance to know them, and they're just class acts.
Abreu is going to have another hit. He hit a knuckleball to right field.
Well, he's seeing Mr. Bert Smith quite well, because that back leg has not slid forward an inch. Just good balance through the swing. Thank you very much. Both hits he's had have been pretty much in the same location.
So here's Belt. Belt! High drive! Right field! It is out of here! And the Giants retake the lead. It's 4-2. For Belt, home run number 17.
Just down and in, just above the knee, and he just turns on this thing. You look at the quickness of that bat, and you understand why there's a lot of scouts that ask the Giants about this guy every day. He is going to have a monster year next year.
Here's Posey, who takes a high strike, and it's 0-1.
This really has been his breakout season.
Posey bounced out to second, hit the ball very sharply to Jerko.
Slight change in a grip, and look out world.
Yeah, that's a fact. Three and one. Three and two.
Good location on the 3-1 fastball.
Posey out swinging, one out.
Good changeup. Let's take a look at how quickly the bat head gets the ball. Small little load, and watch the hips of the bat head just ignite right through the contact point. You can see the power that's generated off that left hip, and let's watch it normal speed. Wham. Unforgiving.
Here's Pence. Hunter Pence struck out in the second.
An inside pitch, I mean, the league still continues to pitch him that side of the plate, but the National League's finding out that that's not a weakness anymore. He's covered up that hole.
That'll change.
That'll change.
Pence, he hits it high, he hits it deep, it is out of here. Home run number 26 for Hunter Pence. Pablo Sandoval. Sandoval drew a walk in the second. And he takes a strike at the knees.
Take a look at first pitch changeup that just sort of hangs right out there at the belt. And Pence was looking for something soft, probably sitting slider speed. Well, that ball got out of here in a hurry.
It really did.
And that's the carry you're talking about. 3 home runs off Giants bats tonight. Let's watch and how quickly it got to the bleachers. That's a big man's home run. Well, you get the Willie Mack Award, you're supposed to hit a home run, and I think Willie McCovey next door to us enjoyed that.
I think he did. Crawford popped out in the second inning. And Crawford looks at a strike, so that'll even the count at 1 ball and 1 strike. Crawford lifts this one to left. Guzman will put it away, and that'll end the inning. Giants with 2 home runs this inning. Belt a 2-run home run. Pence a solo shot. And when it leaves the park, it's bye-bye baby.
Brought to you by Heffernan Insurance Brokers. Insurance and financial services for you and your business. Visit HEPINS.com.
It's a 5-2 lead for the Giants. Here's Tommy Medica. He knocked in a run with a base hit in the first inning. Good ball for a strike, and it's 0-1. Congratulations to Mike Matheny and the Cardinals. They win the National League Central. And we kind of figured that they'd be in October.
He's done a nice job. Once again. second year as a skipper. Both times he's taken his team to the playoffs. And they're going to make some noise. They're a good club.
Yeah, they don't have too many holes. See, they got a hole behind the plate. There's a big hole there. There's a big hole in right field. What other holes are there? So they got, I was talking about the holes the Cardinals have behind the plate, right field.
Yeah, well, they got a problem with their catching position, and that guy in right field, yeah, you really don't know what you're going to get out of him. We're teasing Yadier Molina and Carlos Beltran, if you're listening. They are the backbones of that team.
But the kid that played second base this year,
Matt Carpenter, I mean, what a year he's had. Man. Talk about a breakout season. Wow.
55 doubles, they're telling us in the truck that Carpenter has. Here's Guzman, who struck out in the first.
But, you know, if you're going to have a good year as a team, you have to have guys have great years. And they've, once again, had those guys.
Here's the 1-0 pitch to Guzman. Inside corner at 90. 1 ball and 1 strike.
Now that's a 90-mile-an-hour two-seam fastball. That's the type of two-seam fastball velocity he had before he went on the disabled list. At times we see Vogelsong 93, 95-ish. Both those normally would be with the 4-seam fastball. And he's been looking to get that arm strength back since he's come off of the disabled list. And it's so hard to do when you're basically having your spring training in the middle of the season, which is what he was forced to do.
Well, the breaking ball has been a good pitch tonight for Vogelsong. It's 2-2. Blanco coming in. 2 outs.
All right, time now to ask our AT&T trivia question. If you think you know the answer, tweet your answer to CSN Giants. Question tonight: which Giants reliever had the fewest blown saves during a season with 35+ saves? That's a good question.
Hundley popped out to Perez in the second inning. Looks at a strike. He's going to pop out to Perez again. Giants center fielder calling and catching, and that ends the inning. So a 1-2-3 shutdown inning for Ryan Vogelsong.
is the Good Guy Award winner. What is that, you might ask? Well, it's a pretty special award in and of itself. It's voted on by the writers of the Baseball Writers Association, San Francisco, Oakland chapters, and they choose a Giant each year that's most accommodating to the media. Guys get extra points if they are willing to make fun of Henry Schulman. Brandon Crawford wins the 2013 Good Guy Award. Dwayne?
All right. Yeah. I think there's a number of Giants players that could have won that award. I can't think of any that couldn't. But Crawford gets the honor. Here it's a 5-2 lead for the Giants. It's been the long ball tonight. The Hunter Pence Willie Mack Award ceremony before the ball game. My partner was the MC.
I take every single game with everything I got. I love every minute with you guys. I tell you that every day.
And then they ended it with that. Here's Perez. Hunter Pence 0 for 27 when he hit the home run last inning. Swing and a miss by Perez. He hit his first major league home run in the second inning. Vogelsong to follow. And that's driven foul down the right field. We thought it was going to be in the gap. Maybe a double. It went a lot further than that.
Well, he's really getting his sea legs. Every game you watch this kid play, I mean, he's getting better at bats. He's getting more aggressive. He's staying within his approach. He'll have an idea. He'll stay with it. He doesn't look for a fastball and wave through a nickel slider. I mean, he's got a little better focus now, starting to feel much more at home here at the big league level. And he's got some tools.
Like a pretty good arm.
Real good arm.
A high fastball has popped out of play.
Well, he's an outstanding defensive player, both with the glove and with the arm. Really has opened some eyes up, and that's what you want to do. As a young player, you get a chance. And this is really his 80th at bat, so that's a pretty good test.
Venable goes back. Now he comes in. Perez is retired.
All right, now we're going to ask and answer our AT&T Twitter question. The question tonight: which Giants reliever had the fewest blown saves during the season with 35+ saves? Survey said Rod Beck, 48 saves, 4 blown. Sergio Romo this year 38 saves at 5 blown. Good seasons. The shooter.
Vogelsong with a big swing and a miss. And Vogelsong taking a little bit of a walk.
Let's take a look. They sit in the outside corner. This thing comes right up, and heat seeks almost into his shoulder.
He doesn't do well with this.
That's the last thing you expect. You just don't think another pitcher is going to drill you.
Well, plus, remember, one of the first things you do is you put your hands up for protection. He's kind of already done that this year.
Yeah, that didn't work out very good. He broke his pinky on his right hand. And they put 5 pins in it. I'll tell you how many breaks are in that finger.
So it's 2-2. And he got him. McDonald's True Stories on this date In Giants history, September 27th, 1977. Here's John Miller. 1997.
Swing and a miss! The Giants have won the National League West. And for the first time in 8 years, they're headed for the postseason.
That was Rod Beck who got the save. Struck out Greg Vaughn for the final out. Barry Bonds brought the celebration by climbing the top of the Giants dugout. I remember that like it was just yesterday, and it was 1997, and that's not a good thing.
Oh, it is.
Blanco.
I'm glad you can remember back to 1997.
It was John Miller's first year with the Giants. And a base hit to left field for Blanco. His second hit.
Well, sets up a steal situation now.
Yeah, that looks great.
Yeah, that stuff is too good. But you have to share it, though. I don't know if you can finish a better shot.
Well, it doesn't come out like in 2 pieces. You grab that, you grab the whole thing. Here's Abreu's 2 for 2. 7 hits now off of Bert Smith. And Blanco gets back. Blanco with 13 steals. We'll see what he does. He's leaning, and they got him. So Blanco thrown out twice now on the bases. Once at second, and now here picked off by 2 Giants.
Eric Stoltz, the lefty going against Yusmeiro Petit, who's been red hot. And it ought to be a pretty well-paced, well-pitched ball game, the way these guys have been throwing. You can join us right here on Comcast Sportsnet Bay Area at 12:30 for Giants pregame live before Game 2 of this series, and that's our Chevron pitching matchup.
Amarista is going to lead things off. Amarista shows bunt. Sandoval comes charging in. 1 ball and no strikes. 2 runs on 4 hits for the Padres. 5 runs on 7 hits for the Giants.
Giants taking away the bunt with Sandoval at third base. He's playing in on the grass. And what we've seen from Amarista, he will push down the third base line. He will drag down the first base line.
Vogelsong pours in a strike. It's 2-1.
Problem with Amarista and why he's hitting 240 is that he's got some power. And at times he'll hit balls in the air, and it drives the Padres crazy. They want ground balls and line drives because he can run.
Perez drifts back and puts it away.
All right, let's take a look at the out that ended it for the Giants. Had a little bit of a lean left, and Medica just following the right arm. And Joe West, the veteran umpire, says, "You're done."
He was going.
I think you're right.
Here's the pitcher, Birch Smith. Slowly to Sandoval. Sandoval now will take his time. Hey, a one pitch out, and that'll bring up Will Venable.
Well, you never know where you're going to get one, but they are a gift. Not a lot of work involved. Gamer Bay from England. Tally ho. Well, welcome. They wear the colors well.
I'm taking that gentleman did not pack a jacket. There's a strike.
Well, I think if you're from England, you come over here, this is like a heat wave.
Sunny California, baby. Venable is flied out and bounced out. He's having a fine season. Lines this one down the left field line. Fair. Blanco's throw is a bit offline, and Venable with a 2-out double.
And the Padres are pretty excited about what they've seen this year from Venable because they're seeing more of these type of hits where he's using the whole field. They also like the fact that he's got 22 home runs. Had an incredible August.
Well, he, as you see, just inside the line, hits like his mom and runs like his dad. That's the way it's been.
Alex Venable, a teammate of ours. And Will's mother, Molly, a favorite of ours.
She can hit.
Yeah.
Here's Denarfia. He scored twice. Pitch is high. 1 ball and no strikes. Denarfia singled in the first and then drew a walk in the third. Right-handed hitter. The pitch inside corner. 1 ball and 1 strike. Blocked by Buster Posey. It's 2 balls and a strike. Day baseball tomorrow. Giants pregame live at 12:30. I had it as a night game. If my partner had informed me last night walking out of the park, I'd have showed up at about 3. And that would have put me what? About the 8th inning?
Yeah.
That would not have been good.
Tomorrow is also yoga day. Yoga here at the ballpark after the game.
I'll be doing that. 3-1 to Denarfia. Jerko's on deck. And Vogelsong, maybe he wanted to face Jerko. I don't know.
Well, one thing about Jerko, he has definitely seen the ball out of the hand of Ryan Vogelsong well tonight. 2 for 2. Single, double. So, whatever game you're playing in, the big league level, you're going to get tested. Right now, Vogelsong is going to get tested.
And he starts off Jerko with a call strike. 5th inning. 2 quick outs. And a double, and now a walk. Hunter Pence in right field. Side retired. No runs, a hit, a walk, 2 left. Abreu's going to lead things off.
To you by GoPro, the world's most versatile camera. GoPro, be a hero.
Fan Appreciation is this weekend. You got opportunities to win special prizes like 2 round-trip system-wide certificates on United, 2 Ultrabrook laptops courtesy of McAfee, pregame tailgate party at Pedro's, valued at about $500. And on Sunday, one lucky fan will win a grand prize, a 2014 Toyota Corolla. Visit sfgiants.com. Abreu fouls it out of play. He's 2 for 2. On the ground, Medica, 1 out. Here's the home run that Belt did in the 3rd. Take a look at the quickness in this one.
They set up on the inside corner, and that's right where they wanted it. And he just beat the scout report. Home run number 17 on the year.
All right, where does Brandon Belt rank among National League first basemen? He's done very well.
Top 5 at just about everything. He's got to be pumped up for next year with the success that he's had here the last 2 months. I mean, that's how you want to go into the offseason. That makes it real easy to do those lonely workouts in January. When you're the only one in the gym and you're breaking through, sweating up your second t-shirt.
Shallow right field, Denarfia is going to come in. Belt retired, 2 outs. So here's Buster Posey. Buster tonight has bounced out and struck out. And he takes a called strike. 152 hits this year for Buster Posey. And a quick 0-2. He's had a lot of quick 0-2s lately. Tommy Lane in the bullpen.
Well, quick 0-2s usually happen when you're in a bit of a funk, and he has been in a bit of a funk. And I think this season has just worn him down. And this guy needs a long off season. Get strength back, heal up. And I think you're going to see a guy that handles this offseason a lot differently. Last year, he didn't have a lot of time. When you're a most valuable player, it's kind of a whirlwind tour in the offseason.
Well, look, you play an extra month, and then spring training starts, what, 3 weeks earlier or 2? All of a sudden, your offseason is condensed into 3 months. And they're going to call Posey out to end the inning. So Smith strong in the 5th. 6th inning coming up. Giants on top by 3.
Brought to you by Xfinity, home of the most live sports.
Well, the NBC Bay Area investigative unit led by Tony Kovalevsky. They're an award-winning team of 14 journalists dedicated to holding the powerful accountable. The investigative unit on NBC Bay Area. We investigate.
We have a forehead tattoo and a neck chin tattoo.
It didn't even hurt. First time we saw those last year was in the parade.
Yeah, we laughed really hard. Headley is 0 for 2. Did that look like your signature?
Yeah, that was us.
Was it? Okay.
Absolutely.
And a strike to Headley to even the count. Yep.
That's you.
You think I could steal that away from that guy?
No.
No?
He takes it wherever he goes.
The 1-1 pitch. Headley takes low. 2 balls and 1 strike. 3 home runs tonight hit by the Giants, if you just joined us. Juan Perez, his first major league home run. Belt, a 2-run home run, and Pence a solo shot. Vogelsong with 2 walks and 2 strikeouts. And the 2-1. And Headley rolls it foul. It's 2-2. Right to Dave Roberts, the former Giant.
Good Giant, good teammate.
Good guy. He's a lot like Hunter Pence. At first you think, well, this guy's too nice. It's got to be fake. And then you realize that it couldn't be further from that. They're just that nice a guy.
Yep. Solid citizen right there. And I'm glad he decided to get back into baseball because he's got a lot to offer. Good addition to any staff. Bud Black has a good staff in San Diego.
Vogelsong, a leadoff walk to Headley.
You're not going to be happy about that.
Join the Giants on your next Giants vacation to spring training in Scottsdale. That's right, multiple packages to choose from. All Giants spring training packages were sold out in 2013. Call 1-800-670-0858 or visit sfgiants.com/giantsvacations. Medica. Tommy Medica takes high, 1 ball and no strikes. Dean Machi headed down to the bullpen. There's Bochy a little concerned as to how this inning is starting out. And a strike, and that evens the count.
Change up. There you see Gene Machi starting to get going. It's like an everyday player.
On the ground, foul. So it's 1 ball and 2 strikes. Jesus Guzman to follow, 6th inning. Got him.
See you later. 88 across the belt. Second time he's got Medica with a high fastball. And that's a 2-seamer, just throws it right through the swing. And that's one where Medica's going to walk back to the dugout and go, what happened?
Here's Guzman. Guzman has struck out and flied out. And it's 0-1. The big fist.
Never gets old.
With the jerseys worn first by the 1983 San Francisco Giants.
I was proud of that unit. That was a good one.
0-1. Hit on the ground, foul. Hundley on deck. Headley at first. 0-2 to Guzman. Line drive center field. Perez coming in. Perez is going to make the catch. He is so athletic in center field. Nice play.
And the thing that makes him special is his first step. And the one thing that's so difficult in this ballpark is the low line drive hit right at a center fielder. And for Perez to get a good first step gives you an idea of what his instincts are like out there. And look at the concentration. No blink there. Watch it right into the sweet spot. Belly slide for style points. Nice play, kid.
So here's Hundley. Hundley's popped out to center field twice. Stays away with a breaking ball, and it's 1 ball and no strikes.
There you see the setup of the defense. Slight favoring of the left center field gap. They're giving the right side of center field when they come in. But he's a guy who can use the whole field too. We've seen him go line to line with line drives.
Three and 0.
Changeup has not been there for him like we normally see it. He's got a little sling to it. He's missed a lot of changeups down and away to righties.
The second walk of the inning. Bringing Amarista to the plate.
Pitch count still not an issue. Sitting at 84. David Getty's going to come out. They've got Machi ready to go out in the bullpen. And this may be one of those messages that Getty will give that will say something like this: you got one more hitter. Finish up strong. Get yourself a quality start. Get this guy out. Skipper says he's giving you one more. I always thought that was a pretty good motivational speech.
Not bad. Yep. Take a peek down to their bullpen.
Not often you see an umpire get all the way out there and almost look like he's getting in the conversation. Yeah. Such was the case with Rob Drake. Well, that was a pretty long meeting.
Maybe get some arm strength back. So here's Amarista. Wide to Amarista.
Starts him off with a changeup, and he was way wide. So again, the changeup just has not been a good feeling pitch for him.
Bert Smith is on deck, but if Amarista walks here, Smith's not going to hit. I'm kind of counting on my many years of experience in professional baseball by making that call.
Well, I think that's a wise decision.
Yeah. 2-1, not Amarista.
So on a changeup and a couple of cutters here in this 3-pitch sequence to Amarista. They know he's a good little fastball hitter, and they're staying away from it.
Three and one.
Again, the changeup, elusive. So this becomes a big pitch in the night of Vogelsong.
3-2.
And a check swing gift. Thank you very much.
Runners will be on the move. It's 3-2, so Headley and Hundley, they will take off.
Does he throw a changeup? Can he trust it in a 3-ball count? And Mariska has a hard time with him. He's shaken off twice. A fastball challenge on the outside corner, and we're going to do it again. So he shook to get to that fastball location. And this is one of those pitches where you're saying, when in doubt, in this ballpark, use the outside corner. And you have to get in there with a fastball, and he did. They're really having a problem hooking up. He shook off another 2 times. This inning has come to a screeching halt.
Blanco. Bottom of the 6th coming up. 5-2 Giants.
You ready? Bull shooting. It's ready for CSNBayArea.com. I got through all of 2013 saying that correctly. It's brought to you by Acura, and it is with Javier Lopez. He talks about his favorite moment so far this season. He shares why he wants to stay a San Francisco Giant, and he shares his thoughts on the departure of Mariano Rivera. Gentlemen, I'm not saying it anymore. It's at CSNBayArea.com. Dwayne and Mike.
All right, Amy. And by the way, Amy G will have a book signing after the game tomorrow at the Giants Dugout Store over by the Orlando Cepeda statue. So check out Amy G. She is awesome, and so's her book. You got to read about Smarty Marty, man. It's awesome. What is she? She's, yeah, I guess what you do, you sign your name, right?
Yeah, Amy G.
Does she make the little smiley face?
I thought the best signature of all time was Ed Ott, the old catcher with the Pirates. He could go through a dozen balls in a minute. Amy G, she could do it in less.
Here's Hunter Pence. Hunter Pence takes a strike. Pence, a solo home run in the third. Pablo Sandoval. And then Brandon Crawford. Smith, the 2-1 pitch. 2-2 to Hunter Pence.
Right above the hands, got to chase out the strike zone up. Smith definitely not afraid to come inside. And does it again, backs it up. Time now for our AT&T U-verse rewind, and Hunter Pence in his second at bat of the night got an off-speed changeup and smoked it. Home run number 26 on the year, a solo shot, and it lit this place up. Big D and a couple of pearls right there.
Love that ring.
Danny Beasley, one of our extremely valuable front office personnel, showing off why he likes to work extra hours.
Two kids on your lap at that age, that is working extra hours. Time for some cotton candy, don't you think?
I think it's time for a couple of big loads of cotton candy.
Right down in front of us. This one got Hundley, and Bud Black is coming out. Something's going on that Bud Black is not happy with.
Now he's thinking that there was a ball that came out of the bullpen maybe, and somebody called timeout. Watch the ball come from behind Pablo Sandoval. There's two balls in play right there. So if there was indeed a timeout called, then that would say Sandoval a strike, and they took it away.
Two balls and one strike.
And Bud Black, an old pitcher, he doesn't like it when his pitching staff loses a strike. There you see on the right side, ball just trickling. So you can see why Joe West called the timeout.
You blame that on Peter McGowan.
Yep, he's the guy that had the idea. We want to put the bullpens on the field.
So Peter, if you're watching, that one's on you, baby. Three and two to Sandoval.
Next pitch for Smith will be number 96. And if he allows a base runner, he will be out of this game.
And he got him.
Another changeup in a two-strike situation. Really has been a good strikeout pitch for him. So he struck out the last three in a row. The 4, 5, 6 hitters for the Giants. Finishing strong.
Venorfi is in center field. Venables in right. That is for one simple reason to mess with us. Crawford takes low.
Well, we deserve it.
What is this, game 160? Two and 0. 3-0. Three balls and no strikes. There's a strike. So Smith has struck out 3 in a row and 2 this inning. And that'll stop that streak as Crawford takes a walk, and here's Perez.
Bud Black now hedging a little bit with a 2-out walk. And he may let his rookie go one more. Backed off the first step. And I think the 3 strikeouts that Smith has had in a row coming into that walk had something to do with him giving him one more hitter. Smith showed good stuff. 8 strikeouts tonight. He has given up 3 home runs tonight. But you have to like the stuff.
Crawford going to fix his uni. Crawford does not go, and there's a strike, and it's 0-1, although he had a nice little bluff.
Watch Birch Smith and his pickoff move is very reminiscent of Jamie Wright. And Jamie Wright had one of the best we've ever seen. And what he would do is come in his stretch, and he would wait for a guy to lift his foot off the ground, his right foot off the ground. He was just getting his lead, and that's when he would go to first.
Just foul.
Jamie Wright had great peripheral vision, but that was his key. All the guys that have come through here, Johnny Burkett used to have a great move. Will Swift had a great move from the right side. Jamie Wright had the best we ever saw.
Oh, 0-2 to Perez. And that breaking ball is low. 105 pitches for Birch Smith.
This is when he's been tough with that changeup. Get you to a 2-strike hole. Giving Joe West, the first base umpire, a little something to do with all those throwovers.
Crawford goes into right center field. That's a base hit. Crawford's going to stop at third, and a nice base hit for Perez. And now we'll probably see Bud Black. Kieschnick has been announced.
Bud Black talking it over with Darren Bosley, and now here he comes. Padres have 2 lefties in their bullpen.
So Bud Black makes the call. When it's time for a change, think Speedy Oil Change and Tune-Up. Your oil change, tune-up, and smog experts. We'll be back.
And may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of San Francisco Baseball Associates, LLC.
A 5-2 lead for the Giants.
New pitcher now for the Padres will be the left-hander, Tommy Lane. 14th time that he has come in, and he has been impressive. 0-2 with a 2.08 ERA. What we saw from Lane is a low 90s fastball, curveball slider guy. He's got a little crossover step, kind of a low 3/4 release. Does not show you the ball early, and his 90 can seem like a little bit faster because of his deception. Strike thrower.
So the hitter will be Brett Pill. He'll pinch hit for Kieschnick. So here's Lane to Pill, and Pill takes in tight. 1 ball and no strikes.
Gene Machi will pitch the 7th inning. Ryan Vogelsong's night has come to a conclusion. Quality start.
Nice block, Hundley. 2-0.
Whoa. It's a pretty good play right there with the man on third base. Not a crossover. There's nobody out there in second. This just takes off on Hundley. And he just is not. I think he did get crossed up.
Yeah, I do too.
Yeah, the way that thing hit his glove. I mean, he looked like a jack-in-the-box coming up catching that thing. Easy walk there for Pill. Those are 4 no-brainers.
So that'll load him up for Blanco. Blanco's got 2 hits tonight. He's 2 for 3. Crawford's at third. Perez at second. Bill at first. 1 ball and no strikes. So Lane right now can't find the plate.
Well, he's a guy who's got a pretty good reputation for command too. And I think Nick Huntley's going to go out there and say, look, your stuff's good. Just throw it across the plate. You can't defend a walk. Plus, I've been in the squat for 6 months. You're killing me here.
One and 0 to Blanco. Two and 0 to Blanco.
2 pitches, 2 breaking balls, and 2 easy takes. That's ball 6 from Tommy Lane. And each pitch that you throw that you don't get in the strike zone, it becomes harder to get in the strike zone. Or like that. And it becomes a nightmare to catch a guy like Tommy Lane right now. Because he doesn't know where it's going, and if he doesn't know where it's going, Nick Huntley, the catcher, doesn't know where it's going. 7 pitches, 7 balls. And they have been easy takes.
So Blanco will be taking here. And this has been a disaster. Blanco's going to get the freebie RBI, and Bud Black's going to come out, and he's going to get Lane, who hadn't thrown a strike.
Well, Bud Black doesn't have much of a choice.
So Lane's going to depart. Ouch. 6-2 Giants.
Watch Today in the Bay weekdays starting at 4:30 a.m. on NBC Bay Area.
Giants 6, Padres 2.
The pitcher now for the Padres, Brad Boxberger. See what he has done in 17 games. 24 strikeouts in 21 2/3 innings gives you an idea. He's got good stuff. He does. Lefty's hitting 188 against him. Righties, though, a little bit better. Hitting 302. And 21 2/3, he has given up 3 home runs. And in his ballpark, I mean, that's a lot.
Here's Abreu, 6-2 Giants. And Abreu takes a strike.
You're going to see a low to mid-90s fastball, slider, and a good changeup. And his changeup really is his best specialty pitch. It's a swing and miss pitch from both sides of the plate. And there it is. Not often you see a right-hander have better numbers against lefties than righties, and Boxberger is one of them.
One ball and one strike. 1-2.
And after that good changeup, that 91-mile-an-hour fastball upstairs looked like Nolan Ryan.
Hit out to left field for Guzman. A 21-minute half inning, and the Giants score one. Seventh inning coming up, 6-2 Giants. In the home run ball for the Giants tonight, Bert Smith, Ryan Vogelsong, they're out of the ball game. Vogelsong pitched well. Perez's first big league home run. Hunter Pence hit his 26th, and also Brandon Belt knocked one out of the park. And for Belt, home run number 17. When it's time for a change, think Speedy Oil Change and Tune-Up. Your oil change, tune-up, and smog experts.
Gene Machi now takes the ball for Bruce Bochy. This is what he has done. This is the 50th time he has come into a game. 3-1 with 2.47 ERA. He has had a fantastic year. Look at the strikeouts. 48 against 12 walks in 51 innings. And that split is as good as there is in this division.
Here's Raymond Fuentes. He's going to lead things off as a pinch hitter. Fuentes hitting at 129. Well, it's a little unfair when you just give those numbers. He's 4 for 31.
Well, they like him. They like his bat speed. I mean, that's what you want to do. If you're a player, you get called up in September, make him remember your name.
Pulls this one high and foul and out of play. He banged that one into the night and maybe into the water. It's 2-2.
Marco Scudero.
Surgery today. Tapped foul. See the splint on the end of that finger on the left hand.
Yeah, he's had a splint on that thing for most of this year, it seems like. And one thing that we didn't know about Marco Scudero, he's hysterical.
Yeah, he makes everybody laugh, not just the Latin guys.
When you watch him on the field, he just looked like a pretty stoic, conservative player.
Got him. He speaks pretty good English, too. Ventus thought that pitch was not a strike.
Well, it didn't matter because Rob Drake, the plate umpire, thought it looked pretty good. And that's the occasional high strike you get with Drake, who's primarily a low ball guy. I haven't seen a lot of them called.
Here's Venable. There's a guy that we like, a current player. We'll say it from time to time. We would like to have played with that guy. I think with Scudero, I'd like to play winter ball with that guy.
Yeah, I agree.
Because that's where you can get away with a few different things in winter ball, and he looks like he would be tons of fun in winter ball.
I played Puerto Rico in 1976. I'll never forget the very first game that we had. Opening day, we win the ball game. We come back in the clubhouse, and they pulled out the bongo drums and the conga drums and about 10 drums. And all of a sudden, that place came alive.
That's the way it was in the stands for a lot of those games.
Players who were from Puerto Rico, I mean, they ruled the clubhouse. The music that got played, all the protocol, that was their rules. And it was fun. Now, you played in Venezuela 3 years. And for a farm boy off of a farm in Racine, Wisconsin, that had to blow your mind.
Well, it's only as good as the Americans that are on your team. And we had great Americans on our team. Look, it helps if you've got some terrific local players, and we did. Luis Concepcion was a star in the major leagues. And he played almost every game in winter ball that year. You can have a lot of fun. You've got to have the right attitude, though. You better go and expect not just to work on some things. You better go to win games, because they will spot that in a second.
I went down there with the idea, I'm going to work on a changeup. I think I threw 2. You're down there to do well, because if you don't do well, you're gone.
Overshift is on for Venable, and he pokes this one out to Blanco. 2 outs.
And I think a lot of guys that get down to winter ball, they're not really completely aware of how much pressure there is to perform. And a lot of them come back home early.
Well, a lot of American players, at least when we were going to these countries, you just didn't give it a chance. You have to give it a chance.
Yeah, you do.
Denorfia, a single and 2 walks, and a strike at the knees. But back to the point with Scudero, I guarantee you he had fun during the wintertime. Oh, and 1 to Denorfia. 7th inning. Jerko to follow. Vogelsong started. Now Machi. Beautiful pitch. 1 and 2.
That's the thing I think is overlooked at times when you start talking about this guy's a pitcher. He's got good command. He can spot that fastball, and he'll run up to the mid-90s. You put good location on mid-90s. That's a weapon. But he likes to throw that split when he gets on top of you.
Two and two. Angel Pagan watching this one. He hit the home run last night to beat the Dodgers. Hit the top of the wall and then scooted right down the tunnel in left field. Got him and they'll end the inning. Bottom of the seventh coming up. Giants on top 6-2.
That is nasty.
Giants are leading 6-2. Stay tuned immediately after Giants baseball for Esurance. Giants post-game live. Highlights, reaction, analysis. It's all coming up right after the game. When it's time for a change, think Speedy Oil Change and Tune-Up. Your oil change tune-up and smog experts.
New pitcher now for San Diego will be Brad Brock, right-hander. 33rd time he's come in. He's had a good year, and he has put himself on the map. 31 strikeouts in 30 innings. You're going to see a guy that throws pretty hard. He's got a fastball that goes low to mid-90s, and he will cut a lot of pitches. He's also got a good split.
Here's Belt. Belt 1 for 3. Hit a 2-run home run in the third. Didn't quite make the pond, but he got close. Hit it right over the arcade in right field. There's a line drive down the left field line. Just foul at first. Belt never saw it. Fuentes is now in center field. Denorfia moves back to right. One and two to Belt. And it's high, 2 and 2. Belt into right center field. On the move is Denorfia, and he'll make the running catch.
Well, fans get rewarded on your tickets when you sign up for StubHub Fan Rewards, and you can do that before you buy it. Plus, you'll get a chance at complimentary seat upgrades and perks. StubHub is the official fan-to-fan ticket marketplace of the San Francisco Giants.
Here's Buster Posey 0 for 3 tonight for Buster. And the first pitch is down low. Brock comes back with a strike. Hunter Pence to follow. 7th inning. Buster leaning out, taking 2 balls and a strike. Keith Hembry in the bullpen.
So Santiago Casilla getting a night off, and Hembry is going to get the 8th inning.
3-1 to Buster Posey. What a magnificent crowd for in the standings of meeting this game.
I don't think it goes unnoticed. That was you're talking about when we are out there in the middle of the diamond today for the pregame celebration of this year's 2013 Willie Mack Award winner. And it's this gentleman right here, Hunter Pence. Guys out there standing around the mound, they were talking about the amazing crowd. And San Francisco usually a little slow in gathering the masses. I don't see them all sitting down in the first inning, but they were there tonight, and it blew everybody's mind.
High to Pence. Pence is 1 for 3.
I guess it should. The Giants fans are amazing, and they wanted to see Hunter Pence get rewarded.
One and 2. Posey with a short lead, and Pence takes up and in. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Now Brock, I'm sure, was in the Padres clubhouse when he watched Bert Smith strike him out with 2 high fastballs, strike 2, strike 3 above the hands inside corner, as he tried to go right back up there. There's that cut fastball that you see a lot of from Brock. It's a good one.
Well, we'll see if Hunter Pence sees it again. Walked it.
They set up in the inside corner, and this thing is pretty close to the glove. That's a close pitch. Just a bit inside. Brock thought he had it. Darren Balsley's going to come out. I'm going to say something like, yo, Skipper's not digging the walks.
7 tonight. Once again, the highlights of the Hunter Pence ceremony. He wins the Willie Mack Award, voted by players, coaches, trainers, manager.
I take every single game with everything I've done. I love every minute with you guys. I tell you that every day.
Said it tells Buster Posey that he loves him, and it makes Buster a little uncomfortable.
Says, I know you don't like it when I say it, Buster, but I love you, man. I love you, man.
Here's Santa Ball. Let's have a meeting.
I mean, the pace of the game has just come to a stop.
Left field hit well. Guzman is going to reach up and make the catch. A nice at bat from Sandoval.
We've seen him go to left field well in this homestand.
Lefty and a righty. Then here's Crawford.
Colt Hines and Anthony Bass. Hines the lefty.
Crawford with a nice swing and a foul straight back. Crawford like to have 10 home runs?
He'd like to hit over 250. He'd like to have 10 home runs. You bet he would.
Maybe 55 RBIs.
Be a nice year.
He's got 43, so he'd have a way to go.
A couple of big days. It'd be great, you know.
Well, I'm shooting high here.
Be optimistic.
Come on.
We've seen guys have 7 RBIs in a day. Happened just the other day with Will Myers in Tampa.
Well, Hunter Pence had 19 RBIs in what, 3 days? It seemed like it.
It seemed like about 9 at bats.
The 1-1 to Crawford. Well, right now, we've just, in the last 2 innings, the pitchers for Bud Black, they just have not been able to throw strikes. Giants scored a run in the 6th inning with 1 hit and 3 walks. Brock just got him. Padres are just trying to make it interesting. 6-2 Giants.
Brian Sabean sat down in front of the media for the annual season review. They talked about wanting to re-sign all 3 free agents in Javier Lopez, Tim Lincecum, and Hunter Pence. They also both said that they were very impressed with this year's September call-ups, but pointed out Heath Hembree as the most interesting and that he's come a long way. And Brian Sabean said if he had to do it again, he would re-sign Barry Zito. He said they learned a lot from that signing, and when they needed Barry the most, he came through. Let's get it up to Dwayne and Mike.
All right, very nicely done and said. But it's time for a change. Think Speedy. Oil change and tune-up. Your oil change tune-up and small experts.
Heath Hembry now the pitcher for the Giants, and look what he has done. I think he's made an impact. 4 base runners in 6 innings, 9 strikeouts against 2 walks. You see a low 90s fastball, a nice quick little slider with some good late explosive downward tilt to it, and a changeup.
Swinging a foul back. Having my 9:50 cup of coffee.
I noticed that.
It's called 6 walks in 2 innings from the Padres.
Yeah, walks are not fun. And it really hasn't been a small strike zone either from Rob Drake. They've been pretty easy walks to call. Saw Nick Noonan now in at third base as Pablo Sandoval is done for the night.
2-1 pitch. Hembry looking into Buster Posey. Fouled out of play, 2-2. Jerko, a single and a double in his first 2 at bats. Two pitch. A tight little slider, 3-2.
It's got a little lift in his swing. It's not a flat swing. It's quick, but it's also an inside-out swing. I can see how this guy would light up breaking balls off lefties. Hitting him the right swing. That's a strength of his. He's a gap-to-gap guy, but he's got some holes, but he has got some pop.
And a base hit up the middle. Well, Sharks and Canucks opening night, and that'll be Thursday, October 3rd. Pregame live will start at 6:30, and you can see it right here on Comcast Sportsnet Bay Area. Actually, that's Comcast Sportsnet California, the home of Sharks hockey. And you can listen to Randy and Drew, and they will entertain you as good as anybody when it comes to doing hockey. They might entertain you doing basketball, and they might even entertain you doing what we do.
They're fun. It is never a boring broadcast. Listen to those guys.
I know one thing: if they didn't know something, they'd make it up, and you'd believe it.
Really?
You don't think they've been making up stuff for years doing Sharks hockey?
I didn't.
How would you know?
Well, I don't know.
That's my point.
I'm still working on the rules.
Yeah, I figured out offsides 2 years ago.
Oh, I got that down. I've got that one down.
1-1 to Headley. 1-2 to Headley. Is Casilla now headed down to the bullpen? Two and two. Methodical, Heath Hembry.
That seems to be the rhythm du jour. Slow.
Out of play. It stays at 2-2. Six hits for the Padres, 8 hits for the Giants. Nobody out. And another foul.
You ask a baseball player, what is his favorite time of year? Well, October. And that's for everybody involved. You're either going to playoffs or you're going home.
Nobody's going to catch this one. High into right center field, and it'll be a ground rule double. It's always laughable that the guy at first is not allowed to score on that.
I know, it's a crazy rule, but I mean, in a ballpark like this, where you know the guy's going to score, I mean, I really think it should be left to the discretion of the umpires to make a call. If they feel collectively like this is a ball that should have scored that run from first, then you do it.
All right, Mr. Hembry, you're going to depart. Santiago Casillas coming in. It's 6-2, and we'll be back. O'clock. And where can you watch it? Right here on Comcast Sportsnet Bay Area, the home of the world champion Giants.
The pitcher now for Bruce Bochy is Santiago Casillas. He is not going to get a night off. He's going to come in and try and clean this one up. And he inherits a runners in second and third, nobody out situation. 57th time that he has come in. 7-2, 2.20 ERA. Had a solid season. And in his mind, those runners don't even exist. That's the beauty of the 4-run lead. Get the hitter out. Who's your main concern?
I think Casillas enjoys the fact that he's throwing again around 94, 95, 96.
We actually saw him hit 97 in New York.
But I think he was a little better when it was at 91, 92. There's a strike.
Well, I think he found out that he doesn't have to max out with every fastball to get people out. He can throw at a speed down around 92, 94 and locate better. He's had a lot of success doing it.
Two balls and a strike with that fastball high. There isn't anybody out.
Ground ball scores a run. It's the beauty of having a 4-run cushion. You can give up a couple outs here, give up a couple runs, not a problem. Take it. And now this becomes a big pitch.
It's 3-1. Medica waiting. 3-2.
Explosive sinker. And that'll make a hitter walk out of the box and have a word with himself, because that just disappeared.
Three and two.
Again, not a product of a small strike zone. It really has been an easy night for Drake behind the plate. Pitching just has not been that sharp location-wise. And it explains why there are a lot of walks.
So here's Guzman. Guzman is 0 for 3. Perez made a terrific diving, lunging catch to take a hit away from him in the 6th. Down the left field line, foul. Oh. Guzman was laying in the weeds.
He was. He got that fastball he's looking for, and he's a little mad about it. He couldn't keep it fair, but he barreled it up. They're hanging in there. Lots of good attitude in that group.
One ball and one strike.
There have been 12 walks in this game, 7 by Padre pitching, 5 by Giants pitching.
One pitch. Here it is. Guzman cannot hold up. It's 1-2.
The last 2 innings, there have been 7 walks.
Yeah, it's been flying.
Hang in there, partner.
1 ball and 2 strikes.
You're 1 double play from being happy.
2-2.
Last night game of the year. So some confusion. Mr. Posey senses that Casilla perhaps might not be committed to a pitch. Call timeout. Go talk about it. And this is your pitch right here. You got a 2-2 count. You don't have to throw it down the middle here. This is not a challenge situation. You can pitch to a corner and hope he chases. And Guzman is aggressive. He will go out of the zone. Make sure you are completely committed to whatever you want to throw right here. 94 to just a straight country challenge.
It stays 2 balls and 2 strikes. Timeout is called.
Just problems relaying that sign. So now they're going to start over. No problem there. 95 right through the hands, inside corner. And Jimmy Spithill, the captain of the America's Cup winner, Oracle Team USA, digging it. One more time. Grab some pine, meat.
Swung over top of that.
That two-seam fastball has really been a great weapon of his this season, and he really understands it.
So here's Hundley, who takes the pitch in tight.
And he almost wound up wearing that one.
And Casilla is going to step off the slab. One and 0. 2 and 0. Javier Lopez is in the bullpen. Casilla rubbing up the baseball. He has not been crisp tonight.
Looking for that ball that gets him a ground ball. Sinker, hard slider, knee high.
Buster Posey will come over near the Giants on deck circle, and it's going to be out of play.
Jimmy Spithill almost caught it. There's America's Cup captain Larry Bear. Somebody's got to make a play down there. All right, one more look. Never touched it.
Here's the 2-1. 2-2. Hembry started the inning. Gave up a single and a double. See, then walked Bedica. Strikes out Guzman. It's 2-2 to Hundley. Right back to Casilla. That's one. That's two. They get the Lawrence Welk double play. Bottom of the 8th coming up.
As a Giant, I've been one of the most fortunate pitchers in this organization, just to be part of so many things, to have the guys around me, Barry Bonds, Randy Johnson, big names, Buster Posey coming up, Pablo Sandoval, the names just don't end. To be here to witness all the things they've done and be there for also the team things, it's been pretty special for me. And that's our Geico quote.
(6-2) Giants, bottom of the 8th inning. And Colt Hines is your new pitcher.
The other left-hander in the bullpen for these Padres. 22nd time that he has come in. 12 strikeouts in 16 innings. He has given up 31 base runners in 16 innings. The right-handers have really been hard on him. Got a high 80s fastball and a kind of a slurvy slider, which is kind of a break between a curveball and a slider. It's big, but it's slow. And he's got a pretty good changeup.
And he's facing Juan Perez, and Perez looks at a strike. Hector Sanchez has grabbed the bat. He's on deck. And that pitch is down low. No swing, says Joe West. The ball and a strike. Whoa. Perez hit a home run, his first big league home run on the second.
How did that miss him?
Sometimes the ball goes right through.
I think this was the case.
It did.
Yep. I want him on my dodgeball team. No doubt about it.
Absolutely. Perez comes back and swings at a pitch in the dirt. It's 2-2. Full count now to Juan Perez. And a base hit into left field on the field. Perez can low fly. He might think about 3 here. He does not. And that's a double. And his third hit.
3 legs of the cycle. Triple, home run, single.
Well, he took advantage of a pitcher that had to come in.
Well, that's what you're supposed to do. Well, he stayed in nicely on this swing. And he has found gaps all night long. Late season surge. Let him talk about you. They always remember the last thing you did.
So here's Hector Sanchez. And he offers at the first pitch and hits one foul down the right field line and out of play.
I said Perez had a triple and a home run. He had a double home run and a single. Still 3 legs on the cycle.
Same spot. And maybe the same person will get this foul ball. It's 0-2. Jim Flannery, little dodge ball. This fan got caught by surprise. He had his glove. Oh my goodness. Sometimes it's just a rough night at the yard.
Well, our ball dude down there, Clyde Frelick, blew him off.
High and foul down the left field line.
That guy was quick. All right, give it up.
Same spot again. Hector Sanchez tonight, king of the foul ball, king of the souvenirs.
Oh, we're seeing some scrums out there in the stands now.
People laying out. And another meeting.
Well, I mean, I guess you want to be absolutely sure what you're doing out there, but it's got to be frustrating for a veteran catcher like Nick Hundley.
Well, bullpen activity now for the Padres. Sanchez swings and misses. 1 out here in the 8th. So here's Blanco. Blanco is 2 for 3. There's a strike to Blanco. Here's the 0-1 to Blanco. Blanco drew a walk with the bases loaded in the 6th, picked up RBI number 40 on the season. Swing and a miss. It's 1-2. Sometimes it doesn't happen very often, but John Miller is working alone since the 5th inning. Sometimes one of us gets called on assignment during the game.
It happened tonight.
And it happened with Dave Fleming tonight.
Dave will not be here tomorrow, but will return on Sunday.
So something very official came up, and the Jet was waiting, and he is gone. 1-2 to Blanco. Driven to right. No chance for Denorfia. Perez is going to score. Blanco's going to score. And now he's going to come home. And the throw home. Got him. Bring the excitement to a full house. Why not?
That's the 3rd time tonight that Blanco has been going out on the bases. And he's got a 3-hit night. But this one is one that'll stick in his mind for a while. A bullet over the head of Denorfia, who could cover some ground. Never had a chance on it. It's going to be a 3-bagger. And once they miss the first cutoff man, Amarisa, who's got a cannon, one hops it to Hundley, and they put the tag on him. And it's kind of a bittersweet night for Blanco. Entertaining, however.
So he needs to get thrown out at 3rd for the cycle, correct?
That's true. That is true.
One hop shot off the glove of Amarista, and Abreu's going to be aboard.
All right, here he comes, rounding 3rd, and Tim Flannery gives him the green light, and a beautiful throw from Amarista. That's what made the play. Creative slide as he swings out, and he's out. Easy call for Rob Drake, plate umpire. I don't know if I've ever seen a guy get thrown out on the bases 3 times in a game. 3 different bases.
Belt. Hundley had to stop Hines from throwing because Fuentes was out of position in center field. 1 ball and no strikes. And that's part of September baseball. Expanded rosters, a lot of players on both teams. And you're going to have very slow games like this one. One ball and one strike.
Take a look at the play one more time that Hundley makes. And you can see very clearly he gets it. A nice play. But a beautiful throw from Amarista. That's what set it up.
So I'm going to foul 1-2.
Here's the throw we're talking about, right over the top, a one-hop strike to Hundley. And despite a pretty creative opportunity or slide there by Gregor Blanco, history.
Belt with a swing just to stay alive. One and two. Three and two. Down the left field line and out of play. It remains at 3-2. Abreu at first. Bell pulls it foul. Do you ever get texts from people during the game?
I do.
And if they text you something, you can use it on the air, right?
Absolutely. What do you got?
Here's the 3-2 pitch. Bell hits it on the ground. Jerko has it. Tom Tolbert said, I'm on assignment as well. My assignment, drinking beers.
He does it well.
That's our guy. Quite a night for Hunter Pence as he received the Willie Mack Award. Giants have hit 3 home runs and they lead 7-2. Vogelsong has a chance to pick up a win.
New pitcher now for the Giants will be Javier Lopez. 69th game that he has come in. 4-2 with a 1.60 ERA. A very, very solid season for the Giants lefty.
This is smoked into center field. Forsythe is going to bang this one out of here. On one pitch, Logan Forsythe with a big fly. And yeah, the ball's flying, I'm telling you. We're at Coors Field tonight.
I just get it in challenge fastball, and Forsythe says, thank you very much. That's what I'm looking for. And for Javier Lopez, I mean, that's news. Lopez. It's the first home run he's given up this year.
Come on.
Yeah.
And Buster Posey is going to go out and say, did you know that's the first home run you've given up this year? And Bruce Bochy's coming out. So Jake Dunning's coming in. Lopez, a little smirk, you can see it. It's 7-3 Giants. Tonight after Giants postgame live right here on Comcast Sportsnet Bay Area. 7-3 Giants.
New pitcher now for Bruce Bochy is going to be the rook, Jake Dunning. And this is what he has done in 26 games. 0-2, 2.78 ERA. Still looking for his first big league win. For Dunning, you'll see a low 90s fastball, slider, and a changeup.
And this is Chris Robinson at the plate. And a swing and a foul back. So Dunning throws, and it's on the outside corner for a strike. Forsythe with the home run. Dunning comes in. He faces Robinson. On the ground to short. Crawford. One out. Romo's up in the bullpen. This is just in case. There's Mark Kotsay.
Yeah, I mean, you get the feeling the way this ball game is being managed by Bruce Bochy that this means something to him. playing it the way he did on opening day. I wonder why guys like playing for him.
Patse takes a strike. He's hitting 193. He's got a home run, 12 RBIs.
Patse, just 2 more days and his big league career is going to be over. He's announced that he will retire after the season, and he's had a great career.
He's 11 for 64 as a pinch hitter.
Patse going to finish it up with over 16 years at the big league level. Came up with the Marlins in 1997. Didn't hang a lot of time in the minor leagues. Played 1 year. Got up to the big leagues and made stops in San Diego, Oakland, Atlanta, Boston, White Sox, Milwaukee, and now back with San Diego. Former College Player of the Year, 1995, out of Cal State Fullerton. Career .276 hitter.
And a base hit up the middle. And here comes Denorfia. Denorfia went on base 3 times, a single, a couple of walks. Machi struck him out in the 7th inning. Big swing and a miss on a breaking ball, and it's 0-1.
Good one right there. That's one we hadn't seen. That was a curveball. And he had Denorfia way out front. You can talk to yourself a little bit as a hitter.
0-2. Hit on the ground, Noonan on the backhand. Abreu, belt, and that's the ball game. So the Giants go around the horn, and they take game 1 of this 3-game series. And now the Giants and the Padres with identical records of 75 and 85. So nice win for Ryan Vogelsong.
Well, it really was a good solid 6 innings. It's 3 great starts in a row here that the Giants have seen from guys that may not be back next year. For Ryan Vogelsong, he was fantastic.
Final score tonight, it's the Giants 7 and the Padres 3. Esurance Giants postgame live with interviews in the Rapids coming up. But first, let's go to the Sportsnet Central studio for an update.